You're on mute. All right, guys, have a great session. New agent training number 6.
Thank you, Helena SD. Good morning, senses. Even though it's in the evening, good morning. I am so happy to be here this evening to train you on your final new agent training. So I want to welcome everyone, congratulate you all for making it through the 6 trainings and ready to take your business to the next level. So congratulations. I'm going to just share a little bit about me since you are pretty new, and I'm not sure if any of you have met me yet, but I sat in a seat just like you are right now, just about 9 years ago. I'm actually going into my 10th year right now. And at the time I was working full time on my job, and I was working part-time with Census, learning and not knowing anything, not having any background in this industry whatsoever. So I was a deputy sheriff for the San Francisco Sheriff's Department. And when I came into this opportunity, my goal was just to pay off some debt, was to make extra money. But little did I know, this opportunity was going to actually retire me early, 8 years early from my job, and I was earning 6 figures. I did not know this opportunity would help me pay off $38,000 in debt. I did not know this opportunity would actually change my mindset about saving money, because I was a spender and not a saver. And I didn't know that this would be my new career. So we come in with one why and we leave out with another one. And my why is forever changing. So I'm going to get into our training for tonight. And this is exchange principles. And this training is a great training. And some pieces may be a little hard to understand, so you may have to hear it again. And it's okay if you go through this training again to hear the exchange principles. Okay, so let's see here. Let me know, give me thumbs up when you can see the screen. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Andre and Lisa FD. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to get right into it. Exchange principles. So when you think about exchange, what do you think about? When you think about exchange, someone go ahead and unmute and tell me. What is an exchange?
This is Andre. I'm going to say exchange is a good or service that goes between 2 people or parties.
Okay. A good or service that goes between 2 people. Okay, I'll take that. So I'm looking it up, and there's many different reasons, many different definitions of exchanges, but the one that I see first, the act of giving one thing and receiving another. Okay, simply put. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, see this evening. So let's see here. Okay, so there's 5 exchange principles, and please write this down because you're going to need to refer to this often. And I did not understand the exchange principles on the first time. It was just super confusing. And the more the more exchange principles, the further we progressed in these 5 exchange principles, the less I understood. So I was one that had to see it again. So the 5 exchange principles are personal sales exchange, field training exchange, promotion qualification exchange, building exchange, and nobility exchange. And we're going to cover each of these 5 in detail. Okay, so why do we have exchange principles? Why do we have exchange principles? Well, number one, it's part of our system, and it's really a unique part of our system where when we set up our business, it helps us go fast. Okay, I want you guys to remember that when someone asks you why we have exchange principles, we have exchange principles to move our business fast. And that's why the company has put this exchange system in place to move our business fast. Okay, I want everybody to remember that. And then we want to duplicate. Okay, we want to reach our goals fast and we want to duplicate. Who wants to take forever to build their business? Nobody. We want this to happen as quick as possible, as systematic as possible, so that we can duplicate the same thing and build a sustainable business. Okay. So let's talk about the first exchange. Okay. The first exchange is personal sales exchange. And this is applied after the code in and the new agent to working towards their senior associate promotion or senior agent promotion. So what is this personal sales exchange all about? Okay. And with this exchange, we both want to walk away with benefiting, right? So with the personal sales exchange, that means that we do not do our own personal sales. Okay. So we don't write our own personal business. Can you write your own personal business? Yes. But if you do, it is not following the exchange principle. Okay. So in exchange, immediate compensation for personal policy. Okay. So your trainer will receive the compensation, and in exchange, you will learn how to plan and build solutions. Okay, those are policy solutions. You'll learn how to review the statements. You'll learn how to provide our services to the clients and agents from receiving the service, and you'll learn how to duplicate the system. So when you do your own policies, you're going to see your own solution. So that'll be your first training experience. Okay. And you're going to learn how to, when you get your annual statement, you'll learn how to review your annual statement through reviewing your own. Okay. And you'll learn how to provide our services to clients. So with the personal sales exchange, everything has an exchange. Your trainer exchanges the compensation, and you in turn learn what we do. Okay. As a client, you learn how we service our clients. Okay, so now going with the system flow, this is actually once you step one, you've seen step one of the system flow, right? Step one is going through your field, going through your new agent checklist. It's doing your own personal financial checkup. That's part of this personal sales exchange, doing your own, getting your own finances together, right? And another important part of the personal sales exchange, when you do your own personal sales, that means you at least believe in what we do, right? Now, who has already done their own personal sales? Let's see, hold on. Who has already done their own personal financial checkup? Are you guys that far yet? Okay, we have one person, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 4 people who've already done their own personal financial checkup. Okay, so when we do our own personal financial checkup, we get to see our own money situation, and the solution will be a whatever your solution is. It's going to be a policy, it's going to be an annuity, it's going to be some life insurance, but you'll get to do your own. Okay, so and this is how the personal personal sales exchange work. Now, what if someone doesn't do their own personal sales exchange? That may lead me to question, okay, do they really believe in what we do? Or maybe they wanted to get their license first, which is the slow route. Really, it's the slow route. Because you have to study and you have to, you're not building anything. Okay. So, so I may question when someone doesn't do their own personal sales, do they really believe in what we do? And I heard this story a couple of trainings ago, and one of the leaders said, well, there was a guy that said, hey, this is not good for me, but I want to sell it because it's good for everybody else. Well, how do you think that person is going to do when they get out in the field? Right? You think they're going to do very well, especially when one of their clients, prospective clients, ask them, well, hey, did you get a plan? Did you get a policy in place? And they say no. How long do you think that business will last? Okay, so personal sales exchange. In exchange, this is your initial part of learning how we service our clients. Okay, now in exchange, you exchange one time, you exchange your personal selves. And when you become the trainer, guess what happens? Guess what happens, Lisa SFD? Tell us what happens.
Then you get a chance to receive the exchange from those that become a part of your team.
Yes, you do. So you exchange one time and you get many exchanges. So that's why this system is really amazing. Okay, these principles are really amazing. Okay, we exchange once to get many. Okay, so write that down. Okay, so that's personal sales exchange. Now, during the personal sales, right after the personal sales exchange, you're going to go into step 2, which you see here, which you're going to start your field training, and you are going to start studying for your license at the same time. Okay, so now there's 2 routes that you can take once you get your green button pushed. There is option A and there is option B. And the goal when you start your 15 field trainings, one second. Okay, so we're still, okay, the goal when you start your 15 field trainings, and we're going to see that in the next slide, is to not only get enough points for senior associate, but you also want to gain teammates. Okay, you want to gain teammates. So there's going to be an option, okay, because to get to senior associate, if you look in the compensation guidelines in your back office, what does it take? It takes 20,000 personal issue paid points in a rolling 3 months from at least 3 separate policies. But if you take option A, you actually get double bonus points credit for field training. Okay, so now we're going to go into talking about the field training. So what does this double bonus points mean? Simply put, it means instead of getting 20,000 points, you can get 10,000 points and also advance to senior associate, 10,000 issue paid points. Okay, well, how can you advance to senior associate with only 10,000 issue paid points if the rule says 20,000 points? This is what option A is all about. So when you start to get into the field and you start to study for your license, you don't have your license yet, the company actually recognizes that. Oh, let's see, Andre doesn't have his license yet, but he's out in the field. So when he closes points, we're going to give him double bonus towards his next level promotion, which is a senior associate. Okay, so this is option A. You're going to study for your license during the field training. And this is very important to distinguish because you have to know if you're doing option A, the fast route, or option B, the slow route. Okay, so option A, you do your 15 field trainings with the trainer's help. You're going to do your own personal financial checkup and solution, which is done by the trainer. So what was that? That is your personal sales exchange. Okay, and you're going to understand our business during your 15 field trainings. You're going to, this establishes trust, and it's the fast track to senior associate. SA stands for senior associate because census doubles the 10,000 points and credits you 20,000 points for your SA promotion. Now with the SA promotion, you're at the next contract level. You're at the 50% contract level. So the exchange is immediate compensation. Once you get to the 50% promotion level, contract level, you get yourself contracted. Now you're in position to get immediate compensation at 50%. Okay, so you receive the promotion and unlimited compensation when you become a trainer. So this is another one. You exchange, do your exchange. So you need 10,000 points. If you don't have a license, you need 10,000 points to get double bonus. And in exchange, once you become a trainer and you develop your team, you start to take your team on field trainings, you get unlimited exchange back. Okay. Now, sometimes this can be a little unclear. So I am going to open it up for questions right now. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have questions? Okay, so now let's talk about this option B. Option B is exactly what the guidelines say. You need 20,000 points. You're gonna get your license first. You get your license first. You're gonna go out and get 20,000 points in a rolling 3 months from at least 3 separate policies, 20,000 issue paid points from at least 3 separate policies. Okay, so now you do have an option. Okay, but option B, why is option B the slow route? Okay, well, first of all, you're going to be studying for your license. You're not doing any field trainings at all. You're studying for your license. Takes maybe, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 30 days. Okay, we have an instructor on the line. What's the average time it takes somebody to study for their license? Lisa FD.
Well, 30 days.
About 30 days. Okay. So 30 days to study for your license. And then sometimes it could take 2 to 3 weeks to get your license. So that's already what? Another 3 weeks. So that's 7 weeks right there. Okay. And then you have to actually get into the field. You're gonna start to work on getting your 20,000 points, right? But you still have to go out with a trainer because do you know what to do? Right? So that's going to take a little more time. And now if you're starting to build a team, that's going to be delayed. Okay. You're going to be focused on personal sales because you may not build a team. Who knows? And is limited compensation because you're going to come in at the 40% contract level. That's the starting contract level. So all of that can take over 90 days. It can take 3 to 4 months to do that step versus, okay, you get your green button pushed. Now you're in the field doing your 15 field trainings, and your trainer's goal is to get you 3 teammates and close 3 cases so you can get your 10,000 points. Okay, that's the trainer's goal while you're studying for your license. So now in 30 days, you have some teammates, you have some cases closed, and now you're going to go take your exam, and now you get your license. So now this takes about maybe 60-ish days. So we have a formula where you can get to senior associate in about 61 days, no more than 70 days. Versus doing it the slow way, is going to take at least 90 days, maybe even almost 4 months, okay, to do that whole process. Now, when you do the exchange, you're going to receive many. So you do 1 15 field training exchange and you receive many. And we're going to get into a little bit more detail on this next slide, okay? So exchange, the 15 field training exchange. Now, with this business is we want to build a passive income business. When I first came on board, all I was thinking about is selling in my own personal market, selling to my friends, selling to my family, selling to my coworkers. I didn't envision this as a passive income business. So I was really thinking small, and it's really human nature for us to think, oh, I need to make money right now, right? Versus, oh, let me do these 15 field trainings. Let me leverage my trainer so my trainer can show me the ropes. I'm going to learn while I'm out with my trainer. I'm going to learn from somebody who is where I want to be, right? I'm going to learn how to apply the system. I'm going to learn how to answer the questions that the clients are going to have. I'm going to learn how to set up appointments. Okay, I'm going to learn how to do the opening of the presentation, and then I'm going to learn how to close. Okay, so this is what's expected during these 15 field trainings. So when you're doing your 15 field trainings, you're not just sitting and just listening. You're sitting, listening, and you're taking notes. You're observing, you're observing in a way that's, okay, the first 5 field trainings, I'm going to learn how to set up these appointments. I'm going to master setting up these appointments. But the second 5 field trainings, you're going to be opening, at least telling who we are, right? At least. So you're going to be expected to do some part of the presentation. So when you're doing your first 15 field trainings, you want to actually think about, okay, which part of this presentation am I comfortable with doing? Let me pay attention, because I know I will have to open it up and say, and talk about who we are. Okay. So you're not just letting your field trainer do all the work. You're going through field training so that you can learn how to do what your field trainer is doing. Okay. Now, some people might say, well, what if I don't want to learn what my field trainer is doing? I just want a field trainer to take me out on appointments forever. Well, we have some people like that too, and that's okay. Okay. So somebody's like, phew. Okay, because I don't like presenting in front of people. Well, I didn't either. But you're going to listen and hear this so many times, you're going to just automatically know what to say. But it's okay if you go out with a field trainer. The goal, what we would like for you to do, is be a trainer yourself. But we understand that some people don't desire to do that, and that's okay too. So don't let me scare you away over here. Okay. Okay. So you're going to be learning and applying the system. You're going to learn how to plan and build solutions, all with these 15 field trainings. You're going to learn how to present the money concepts. Now, you've been in the NATs, new agent trainings. Once you graduate from here, you can be eligible for the freshman class, and you're going to learn more about how to present the money concepts, because you will have started your 15 field trainings. So once you finish your new agent trainings, you'll get your green button pushed, and you will be ready to go to the field. And that's the exciting part. The field trainings are the exciting part, because now you get to see this business in action. Okay. So the goal with the 15 field trainings is to get your 10,000 points. And the most important goal in my book, in my opinion, is to get 3 teammates. Okay. So why is the goal to get 3 teammates? Because long-term, you're going to need some people to work with. Okay. So this is your trainer. This is you. This is your team. And we're training you to work with your team, your teammates. Okay. That's the ultimate goal. Okay. Any questions? Okay, let's move on to the next. So the field training exchange, you go in the field and do your exchanges one time. When you become a trainer, for every person you bring in, they are going to exchange to you. Okay. So now this is the number 3, the promotion qualification exchange. And this is pretty self-explanatory. What it means is you are paid for your experience. Basically, that's what it means. And the company has it designed in a way where if we look at this, what it says here is we have multiple compensation levels, because with the different levels, there's different responsibilities that are required and expected. So if you think about how many of you have a W-2 job? Okay, do most of you have a W-2 job? Okay, how many of you are self-employed? Okay, a few of you are self-employed. Okay, so if we think about it, okay, I had never owned a business until I started with Census. Okay, so I have been a W-2 my whole entire life since I was 14. Okay, Kimberly, I got you, said me. Okay, so all I know is about W-2, but when we think about it, I was a deputy sheriff. Okay, so when you come in as a deputy sheriff, you come in as a deputy. So you have a different set of responsibilities. And then you can advance to a senior deputy, a sergeant, a lieutenant, a captain, a chief, a undersheriff, and a sheriff. So if I were to come in as a deputy sheriff, and of course my compensation is a deputy sheriff compensation, and they just threw me into the captain's position, or maybe you come in as an employee and they just threw you in at one of the top level management positions and you had no experience, what would happen? It would probably crumble. You probably make some mistakes, right? You probably mess up. The department would probably, start to fall apart maybe, right? So this is the same thing with this business. So some people say, well, I want to come in at a top level. Well, if you come in at a top level, we expect you to do top level responsibilities. But how do you come in at a top level when you're just learning? So when I came in, I had no experience. So let's not unmute, but unshare. How many people have experience in this industry? Anybody? Raise your hand. Well, Lisa FD. Okay, she has experience in this industry. Okay, so the rest of the 10 people, nobody has experience. Okay. So let's go back. So let's look at it. An agent's commission level, start out commission level is 40%. So you're responsible for 40% of the case. Meanwhile, the FD, the field director, commission level is 75%. Because that's the expected level of responsibility that they have. So if we were a multi-level company, then you'd have more benefits as you get promoted, not responsibilities. So with this business, we are expected, as we increase our contract level, we're expected to have increased responsibilities, okay? So that's what we get paid for. We get paid for our experience. So that's what the promotion qualification exchange is all about. And when you look at the different levels, you have your associate level, that's 40%. Your senior associate, that's 50%. There's another senior associate 2 level. There's the field director level, which is 75%. There's the senior field director, which is 80%, the district field, the executive field, and the field vice chair. So with all of those increasing contracts levels, there's an increased level of responsibility. And that's how this system works. So that's why the promotion qualification exchange, this is one of the easiest ones to understand, okay, because it really speaks for itself. Okay, so you want to check for your understanding, and your field director will check for your understanding, but you want to check on your understanding as well. Can you show what you've learned? Okay, I always say that you want to take notes. Every single class, you want to take notes as if you had to train on this tomorrow. Okay, so can you show what you've learned? Will you be able to train others? Do you understand the system? And sometimes it takes a minute to understand the system. And what I mean a minute, I don't mean 60 seconds. It takes a little time to understand this system. I know it did for me, right? Do you understand your responsibilities? Now, there's some checklists that you may or may not have seen. There's an agent checklist. That's your first level of understanding because you're going through your agent checklist right now. There's a senior associate list of responsibilities. You may or may not have seen that yet. There's a field director list of responsibilities. So as you advance, as you get promoted to a higher level, you want to make sure that you understand what your responsibilities are. You can show what you learned. You want to make sure you're understanding the system. And you're going to understand the system as you go along. You'll understand more and more. And you want to duplicate the system. So can you duplicate the system? Do you know the promotion guidelines? It's in our back office. So you want to study. If you're wanting to promote to the next level, you need to know the guidelines. Okay, so go in the back office, check the guidelines. Once you're I don't think the guidelines are going to actually show up until you're contracted, you're licensed and contracted. So if you don't see it right now, it will show up once you're licensed and contracted. Okay. And do you understand your responsibilities? So you want to check all of this with your trainer. Okay. So your trainer can guide you to the resources that you need to know what your responsibilities are. Okay. So the exchange is commitment, hard work, and increased responsibilities. That's the exchange to get to the higher contract level. Okay. And you receive support, you receive promotion, and you receive override. The higher level we go, the more override we have an opportunity to receive. Okay, so that is the promotion qualification exchange. We might get done early, folks. I'm sure you're okay with that. Okay, so any questions on the promotion qualification exchange? Basically, we're getting paid for our experience as we go up in contract level. We're required to have more responsibilities, and we're expected to have more responsibilities. Okay. So the builders exchange. This is also applied once during the FD promotion, and you receive many. So this may be the most complicated one that people, it's the most complicated to understand, could be, okay? So exchange, strongest leg is transferred to upline trainer, okay? So I need to explain this because I don't like just saying this. I need to explain why and what is the reason why and why this is so powerful, because I actually wrote down some notes on this builders exchange, right? At least I thought I wrote down some notes on the builders exchange. So basically you're in the field, you're doing your 15 field trainers. Who is out there helping you close cases, teaching you this business, recruiting your teammates for you? You're introducing them to the people, but who's actually doing the work, right? Showing you the ropes, making sure that you know how to be an independent agent, going out to learning how, I call it learning how to fish. And it's a beautiful thing in this business when you can learn how and know how to make money in this business. Because once you learn and you know how to make money in this business, nobody can take that away from you. The sky is really the limits with this business. Okay, once I learned how to make money in this business, that put me in position to pay off debt, $38,000 in debt. It put me in position to become what I call job optional because I knew how to make money in this business. It also put me in position to take an early retirement and exceed what I was making over there. And I was making a low six figures at the time. That was 7 years ago, October 2016. So once you learn how to make money in this business, the sky is the limit. You set your goals and you go out and you make it happen. Okay. But of course, I am forever grateful for my trainer who showed me how to make money in this business and really showed me how to build my foundation in this business. Okay, so what is this strongest leg gets transferred? Okay, why do we have this? Okay, we have it so that we can go fast. We get to promotion faster. Okay, how do we get to promotion faster? Because you exchange one, and for every field director that you promote, you get many exchanges. Okay, you get an exchange. So we exchange one to get many. Okay, limited ability to unlimited, limited market to unlimited. Okay, so now what does this limited ability and limited market to unlimited mean? Because now our market, my own personal market is limited. Okay, but when we have teammates right? That leads us to more market. When you have teammates, that's going to lead you to more market, okay? And it keeps everyone in a warm market. So what do we mean by that? What is our warm market? Our warm market is people that we know. So your teammate, who has anybody, no, nobody has gotten in the field yet. You're going to get your green button pushed. And I don't think anybody has teammates yet. So once you get into the market, your people that you know, your family, your friends, your coworkers are your warm market. Okay. So when you start to bring teammates on board, you're going to be introduced to their market, which becomes your warm market. So that's why it says keep everyone in a warm market. We don't have to go cold calling. We don't have to knock on doors. We don't have to call like telemarketers. We don't have to do any of that. If you think about how were you introduced to this business, right? By someone you know. So you were someone's warm market. Every now and then we recruit someone from the cold market that we didn't know. That's possible. I've done that before. Okay. So and this Builders Exchange allows us to focus on the building to grow our business instead of only on sales. Okay. And like I said, I was so grateful to my trainer who helped me become FD, because without my trainer, I would not have been able to become FD. So let's see, how does this work? How does this builders qualification, Builders Exchange work? Okay, so this is you. You're the green person. And the purple person here is your manager. Now, when you look at the promotional guidelines to become a field director, you need a minimum of 2 senior associates. And you need 90,000 points in a rolling 90 days to become a field director between you and your team. Okay. So now let's look over to the right. You are a field director. Okay. Now looking at the left, who is helping you build your team? You're introducing your manager to these gray people and these purple people, right? But who's actually out there building for you? Okay, your manager's doing the presentations. Your manager's recruiting your teammates for you. Your manager's showing you how to build this business. Your manager's helping you create these 2 senior associates so you can get promoted. They're literally running with you. I just promoted a new field director and I was literally running with her. Okay, when I was promoted, I could not have done it on my own. Okay, so now what happens? So now you are field director, and this is where the exchange comes in. So one of the senior associates will now exchange to your manager. Okay. So now we don't want you to have the minimum picture. We don't want you to have the minimum family tree. We actually want you to have what you call a Builders Club 5. And a Builders Club is 3 teammates. Okay, that's what a Builders Club is. So this person has a Builders Club. Your senior associate, the SA, has a Builders Club. Your other senior associate has a Builders Club. You have a Builders Club because you have 3 direct teammates. Okay, we want you to have, excuse me, we want you to have a Builders Club 5 to be a strong, to have a strong foundation, but it's not required. Okay, it's not a requirement, but the more Builders Club you have, the stronger your foundation is. So now, once you promote to field director, your field director, your manager will exchange one of your legs to your manager. Okay. So this is your strongest leg, and that exchanges to your manager. So now what happens? Okay. This senior associate is now going to be working on their field director promotion. Your senior associate is going to be working on their field director promotion. And now that you are a field director and your senior associate gets promoted, what happens with you? Okay, so now you're a field director. This is you. You've exchanged one of your legs, and now your senior associate, now you're running with your senior associate to be promoted to field director, right? So now let's look at this. Your senior associate, wait, let me move this out the way, is now a field director. Guess who gets the exchange? You do. Okay, so now how is this exchange principle made to go fast? How do we go fast? How are we going fast using this principle? Okay, so now your field director is now exchanging this leg to you because you're this green person, right? So now you have a senior associate that you can build as another field director and get many exchanges. So every field director you build, you will now get the exchange. Okay, so let's look at it. Okay, so if you built 4 field directors, so you exchange once, but you get many. For every field director you build, you get an exchange. And that's the power of building. So we exchange one to get many. And there are agents who exchange one because that's all we have to exchange to get many. So let's go back and look. Okay, so this is you, and this manager is your field director. Your manager just helped you get to field director. Okay, taking you out on your trainings, planning your 90-day run, helping you get these senior associates, working with all these people, getting you to field director. While you're learning, you learn how to be a field director while you're running. I can tell you that. Okay, now you get to field director, you exchange. You do your exchange one time. So now you're going to help this person get to field director, this senior associate. So this senior associate is going to promote to field director. Okay, so this is a senior associate. Now they're field director. So now their strongest leg exchanges to you. So that's what this is. Okay. So now you exchange one leg and now you have your exchange. Now, what if when you help this person get to field director, they're going to exchange another leg to you, and you help that person get the field director, they're going to exchange another leg to you. So maybe you exchange one, but you get many, and that's what this is all about. Okay, and that's the power of building. And you do have an option. Okay, if you opt not to exchange, can you get an exchange? No, you can't get an exchange, sorry. Okay, but I love this exchange principle. And when we understand it, it's not taking something, it's actually helping you build. It's amazing. And you're going to have to see it again. Okay, you're going to have to see it again. So Builders Exchange applied once during the FD promotion. Exchange the strongest leg gets transferred to the upline trainer, and you receive unlimited replacement legs in the future. Why? Speed is to get promoted faster, okay? Limited ability to the unlimited. So now with the exchange, that's a whole new market, right? So that's what the limited ability is, our own market, but now we have unlimited because every person we help gets a field director, we actually get an exchange. So that leads us to an unlimited market and keeps us in the warm market. And then we can focus on building and growing our business instead of only on sales. Okay. And like I said, I was so grateful to my field director for taking me out, showing me the ropes, showing me how to make money in this business. So this is a system flow chart that you're all familiar with, and the goal is to create field directors. That's the end goal. That's the end result, is to create field directors. And this is what leads us to the passive income. And passive income is actually making money while you're asleep. Okay, making money that you're not directly involved in because it's passive. So if someone has a rental property, that's passive income. So we have field directors, because field directors they're running their own base shop. That's passive income. Okay, so now let's talk about the last exchange. What time is it? Okay. Now, the fifth exchange principle is nobility exchange. This is applied always. Okay, so I love our company because we have a culture of teamwork. We help each other reach their goals. We actually use one another's strengths, because who knows that nobody is perfect. There's some people that have strengths, some other people where some people are weak, right? So we're using one another's strengths, especially when you come in, you're using the strength of your trainer to help you. So we help each other reach their goals so we can win together. And leaders sacrifice their time and join meetings they're not required to be in, training. So I'm doing a part of nobility right now, training everyone. I don't think anybody here is on my team, right? But that's part of nobility, okay? Because we want to help each other, okay? That's why leaders can depend on each other. So individually, we're weak, but together we are strong, okay? And that is so true. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go farther, go together, okay? Go together. And it's our company and it's our company, and the trainers are our people. We take care of our people, okay? So nobility, what is nobility all about? Nobility is, like I said, what I'm doing now. Nobility can be, if there's someone on your team that is running for their promotion, it could be you encouraging them. You asking them, is there anything that you can do to help them? Nobility can be if you're going into your office, you come early, you make coffee, right? Nobility can be you training other people's team. So nobility is you giving help without expecting anything in return. And when you do that, it automatically comes back to you. Okay. So anybody else have examples of what nobility might be?
I have one.
Yes.
All right. When I think of nobility, I think about seed time and harvest time. You sow one seed, but then you yield a bountiful orchid of a great harvest. And the harvest is always greater than the seed.
Yes, it is. That's a great example of nobility exchange. Thank you, Lisa FD. Yes. So, and we have to plant our seeds first before we harvest. When I first started, I actually live in San Francisco, and our office was in Fremont, and we were under Mia Bang FVC, but she was an SFD. Jazz Kang was an FD. She's SFD now. Janet from that has a Colorado team, she was an SA, right? I was an agent. So we didn't have a janitor at the office, so we had to clean up. We had to come in and vacuum. We had to, take care of we cleaned the bathrooms because we didn't have a janitor. So coming in early, making sure everything was set up, that's part of nobility. Staying late, making sure everything is in place for the next meeting, that's part of nobility, right? being a student of the business, or taking on ownership mentality, that's part of nobility. Helping one another to the capacity that you can help them, that's part of nobility, without anything in exchange. So planting those seeds, and the harvest is going to come. Okay, so let's see.
I
So
have
those,
another example, if I may.
yes,
So this is the second Zoom presentation that I have been on where you have facilitated this evening. One was at 6 p.m. to a totally different crowd. And I don't know if anybody in that particular group was on your team either. And here we are, it's 9 p.m. or 9:51 Pacific time. And you are again to another totally different group of people that are not on your team. That is the epitome of nobility exchange, where you give of yourself heart-free, your time, your talent, and your treasures to share, to help somebody else to excel and do well. So
yes.
you are the perfect example of a nobility exchange.
And thank you, Lisa FD.
Welcome.
Thank you. So, so that's what nobility is all about. And it's just a law. When you give of yourself, you're going to receive. You're going to receive. It's the law. Okay. So write down these exchange principles if you have not, and I highly encourage you to go through this class again, even with a different trainer, because people understand it differently. Hopefully I simplified it enough where you can at least scratch the surface of understanding. But if not, go ahead and listen again. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute.